Hi Grizzlies! Welcome back to Art with Hart. Today I'm going to share some tips for drawing. Dun 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 dun! People! So I'm going to show you the steps to drawing a person, as well as some ways that we usually make mistakes and how to fix those mistakes, so stick with me. Now, when we first start learning how to draw people, usually we think of the stick person, like this one right here. Hi. Now, there's nothing wrong with drawing people like this. It's actually a really good first step to learning how to draw people. But before we jump in, I want to show you the difference between making a dark and a light line, because that's pretty important for this video. We're going to be making a lot of light lines and then finish with dark lines, just so they're easier to erase. Now, the first step is going to be to start with that stick person. This time I'm going to draw a line though for the shoulders, which a lot of times we don't do when we're drawing simple stick people. Now I'm going to draw a line for each limb of the body. So where the arm bends is going to actually have 2 lines instead of just 1 line for the arm. And that gives me a little more control to decide how I want my person to be standing. So as you can see, I did 2 lines for the arms, 2 lines for the legs, 1 for the hands, and 1 for the feet. Now the second step is going to be to kind of add like the muscle or the form around the people. So I like to do this with simple ovals and circles. You can see I'm drawing some for the shoulders, the body, the hips, the top part of the leg, your thighs, and the bottom part of your leg, your calves, your feet, the top part of your arms, the bottom part of your arms, and your hands. So that's why I split up my stick person into having 2 lines for the arms and legs. So that's step 2. Now step number 3 is where I'll start to press a little harder with my pencil. I'm actually going to go around the bubble person that I created in step 2. Now I'm using those light lines that I drew in step 2 as kind of a guiding line. That means that I don't have to trace exactly those lines. I'm just kind of using them to show me about where my darker line needs to be. Now on this side, I'm going to show you a typical mistake that people make when first learning how to do this. They trace the bubble exactly, and what you're going to see here is that makes it look really, really muscular and kind of strange. I don't think a lot of our arms look this way, so you want to kind of use those light lines as a guiding line. You don't have to trace them exactly. You don't want to create bubble arms and legs. You can see that I'm doing the same thing for the belly and the hips. I'm just using those light lines as a guiding line. I didn't follow them exactly. But on this side, I'm showing you the mistake. I'm tracing the guiding lines exactly, and you're going to see a really funny looking bobble person. Whoops. Now, it's okay if your first couple people that you draw look like that. Of course, you're just practicing, but the more you do it, the easier it'll get to just kind of use those guiding lines as a suggestion. Now, as you can see, before I go on and add details, I have all those light guiding lines in there still. In step number 4, I went to erase those lines so they don't distract me. They served their purpose to kind of help me draw a person a little more advanced than a stick person, and now I don't need them anymore. Now I'm going to add a little dotted line down the middle. You don't have to do this, but I just want to separate the correct side from the I'm still learning side. But step number 5, I'm going to add some details. Now this person looks extra funny because I have the 2 sides there. But I think it's always good to practice mistakes as well, just so you have more experience. I'm going to add some hair. Think of a little hairdo. Add a face. And I have a little person there, which is a more advanced version of the stick person. Now, taking it a step further, I'm going to show you how you can make your people move in different positions. We're going to use the same process. I'm going to start with my advanced stick person, drawing that line for the shoulders, line for the body, line for the top part of the arms. Now I'm changing the position of the 2 lines in the arms to make it look like my person is bending their arms. Same for the legs. I did my 2 lines in different positions to make it look like my person is running. Step 2, I'm going to add circles and ovals, simple shapes, to kind of add some muscle and form to my stick person. An oval for each line. So even though this figure is in a running pose, it's the same process. Good. Now here comes the 3rd step where I'm tracing my lines a little darker. This time, instead of showing you the just learning tracing the bubbles exactly side, I'm going to do the whole figure, smoothing out those lines the way I want to, so it doesn't look like I have a funny bubble person. You can see that my line is not always touching the shapes because our bellies don't get really skinny and bubbly like that. They kind of smooth out. Lots of artists use guiding lines when drawing people. It's not just for when you're learning. We often call them gesture lines because they show the pose that the person is standing, sitting, or moving in. Gesture just means the pose that the person is in, how their body is moving. Good. Now step number 4, we erase those guiding lines. We don't need them anymore. Now that I have my person running, I can add those fun little details. This time I'm gonna add details to make it look like my figure is a soccer player. Now I'm taking this opportunity to fix a little mistake that I found. The arm just looked like it was going up a little too high. So I'm always adjusting my drawing as I go. I never just erase the whole thing and start again. I can always fix just the little part I want. I'm gonna add some tennis shoes or some soccer shoes. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little face, just a simple face for this figure. I'm going to go ahead and give my soccer player a ponytail. So now it looks like she's running. So hopefully this video helps you out learning how to advance your drawing skills, drawing people, going from a stick figure to a person with a more realistic body. Keep practicing. You're doing great. Have a good one and stay safe. Bye, Grizzlies.